how to score more points like Rashitov. I'm going to analyze only 2 Rashitov actions, one about how to score high kicks in clinch, and the second one how to score roundhouse kick in a middle distance. The first thing to know to score in a close combat is that you need to close the distance. Of course, Rashitov is a master at this. He uses feints, steppings, and roundhouse kick to close the gap. The crescent kick is a common move to score points in a clinch, but against black belts or pro athletes is not as effective because they can easily block it by lifting an arm. So fighters have developed some cool strategies and variants to get around this. The first technique is a wider crescent kick. Instead of a fast, direct crescent kick that aim for the opponent helmet, we search a wider trajectory, and this way you bypass your opponent hand and you can land a clean hit on the helmet. Of course, this kick will be a little bit slower. Instead, Rashitov used the axe kick mixed with the crescent kick. Because for the axe kick, we first bring our foot close to our face and then we strike down vertically, with the goal to strike with our heel. And Rashitov mixed those 2 kicks and create a slower compared to a crescent kick but more powerful crescent kick that confuse your opponent and break their defense, because the small delay while you lift your kick to your face and then strike down to the opponent helmet will help you to confuse your opponent. Sometimes you might even lock their arm, and this will allow you to use a signature move of Alessio Simona, the sandwich kick, and you will be able to earn 6 points instead than 3. Now we can talk about how to strike a roundhouse kick. The roundhouse kick is easy to execute, but scoring with it can be tricky. The key is the distance. If you are too far, your opponent has the time to block your kick and counter. If you are too close, it will be harder for you to score due to your position. Finding the perfect distance is crucial to landing this kick effectively. And if we watch this Rashitov action, Rashitov first close the distance with a slide, then strike a perfect middle roundhouse kick, then he dodge back, and the reason in my opinion is because he preferred to dodge instead than block. When we dodge, we deny any chance to score to our opponent compared to a block. Indeed, in this action, the blue was able to score on the opponent block. And if we go deeper, also on the high kick, the distance is even more important, because if we aren't able to read the distance properly, we are going to fail for just few centimeters. What I love to do to improve my reading distance in a sparring is to push my slide a little bit further in the opponent range compared to training. When we are in a fight, in a competition, due all the tension, we restrain our movements, so I force my mind in an uncomfortable spot that most of times is the correct one. Now subscribe and join my channel if you want to improve your Taekwondo skills. And I advise you to watch also the video linked in my first comment.